Hey everybody, welcome to Touchpoints. I'm David Buzanelli, founder of Studio 16 Architecture. This series is about people, moments, and experiences that shape who we are, sometimes instantly, sometimes decades later. Each week I share a story from my own journey, an influence, a connection, a lesson that continues to impact my life and career. My hope is that these stories inspire reflection, spark conversation, and maybe even help you recognize the touch points in your own life. So this is episode 4. And in the previous 3 episodes, I've talked about specific people who I know who have had a major impact in guiding me to where I am here in Asbury Park, New Jersey. But I need to go even farther back. I'm going to take a little bit detour and go even farther back to when I was in high school. I believe I was a sophomore or a junior. I don't remember which, but there was an event at the High School for Art and Design in Manhattan. And so high school students were invited, with those who were interested in going to design school, architecture school, art school, etc. It was this big all-day event on a Saturday. And there was going to be various speakers, and you could pop in and out of classrooms where various professionals and professors and teachers would be talking to prospective students about their chosen path. So I went. My father brought me, and I went into a classroom where an architect named Harry Simmons was going to be talking to us about his practice. Great. Now I get to hear from a real live, actual architecture firm owner. So we're sitting there, and in walks Harry. Harry Simmons he had to be 6'4", comes in a beautiful blue suit, looked like a custom-made suit, and he starts talking about his practice. And he spoke about his collaboration with Philip Johnson when Philip Johnson's firm was designing the AT&T building in Midtown. And Harry was brought on as a consultant to the project, because we in this business we do that. We will hire other firms, not only engineers but other architectural firms, to consult and act as in different capacities when designing a building. So Harry told us how he got an element on the AT&T building in there, and it's a round window. Which happened to be, according to Harry, his signature design element, and which would show up in many of his projects. And he talked about the discussions and the arguments with Philip Johnson about getting that window in and how important it was to the overall facade of the AT&T building. So I thought that was just great. I was floored, and I left there saying I want to be Harry Simmons. Not Harry Simmons, but I wanted to be in private practice. It was at that moment that spark was lit to be in private practice and own my own firm. And I had no idea how I was going to get there, but that was when it started. And then I was led to the offices of Nicholas J. Salvadeo, AIA Architect, PC. Let's not forget the PC. On Staten Island, and Nick gave me what was to be my second job in architecture, and ultimately I wound up buying that firm. So from going to the High School of Art and Design, that conference, and listening to Harry Simmons, it led me again right here to Asbury Park, because I bought Nick's firm in 1996, and it's been a long journey. And let a little aside about a connection. A renderer, an architectural renderer named Charlie Spees, was doing demonstrations of watercolor building renderings. And I popped into that class and watched Charlie Spees do a rendering of a house. Really amazing how he did this with watercolors. I started working for Nick, and on the wall was a rendering of a building that Nick had designed, done by Charlie Spees. So, again, 2 people at the High School of Art and Design had impact on my career path. Think about those in your life. That's the purpose of the series, is to not only just tell the stories, what I've experienced, but what you also have experienced. Think back on those moments, those people, and then you could say, wow, if I hadn't been there, I wouldn't be here. So I hope that these stories you find meaningful, and I hope that you will think about them and start telling your own stories. Connect with me here, follow me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be great. New episodes drop every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on YouTube, and on LinkedIn and Instagram every Tuesday morning between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. So you never have to miss an episode. Thank you again for watching. I'm David Bucinelli, and thank you for watching Touchpoints.